What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with, what year is this, Nick? 06?
06, yeah.
You guys might remember he picked this car out of my entire fleet not too long ago, and you've had some problems.
Yeah.
Some suspension noises going on.
Rattling too.
And some vibrations.
Yeah.
That kind of popped up out of nowhere. So, in the interest of safety, I decided it was best for Nick to park this car until we could take a look at it. And he's been driving the General Lee.
Yes.
But I think you're ready to get back into your car.
I think so too, yeah. Get a gas car.
The goal of today's video is to get this thing running and driving, hopefully good. So here's what I did. I did a little bit of research, and we ran into another issue. This just started. Nick, why don't you start this car? And do me a favor, pop the hood real quick.
Good.
Because I had to move this the other day in order to mow, and I was very unhappy with what I heard when we got this thing fired up. So this is something I don't think Nick has experienced yet, and when I heard it, immediately it concerned me. Before you start it, Nick, hold on.
Okay.
I think, yeah, this has a dipstick. I want to check the oil level because he was driving, put some miles on this thing. Oil level is full. It probably looks overfilled to you guys, but it's not. At the top where the oil ends, that is where the safe zone hatch marks end at the full. So it is completely full of oil. One thing I noticed when we got this car is it had a check engine light. Nick, do you remember what the check engine light was on for?
It was for the wrong oil.
Wrong oil viscosity.
Yes.
So somebody has put heavier oil in this. That is concerning.
Yeah, especially with a Hemi like this.
Yeah. Why don't you fire it up? Let's see if it's doing what it did to me the other day. It tapped for a second and stopped. So what it did for me, Nick, is when I fired... Air conditioning, I think, just kicked in.
That scared me.
Me too. I was like, great, it's gonna blow up right here on camera. This thing was tapping like a Hemi tick. And it didn't just last a couple seconds. I mean, it's normal when a car has been parked for a week or so. When you first start, it has to build oil pressure to make a little bit of rattle noise, and then it immediately goes away. This was rattling for like 2 or 3 minutes straight.
Oh.
And it scared the living heck out of me, but it's not doing that right now. It fired up, it's quiet. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it in the shop. We're gonna get this thing on the lift, and I think we need to throw some of my favorite products under the hood of it. We're gonna change the oil with the proper weight oil, a proper filter, and we're going to do a motor flush using some BlueDevil product, and then we're gonna throw, for good measure, some oil stop leak in it as well from BlueDevil, just as a kind of preventative maintenance type deal. So I guess I will drive it onto the lift. Nick will open the door, and we'll see what this thing looks like underneath, because I don't think we've ever seen underneath it.
No.
Well, perfect. Let's get it on the lift, and let's start this video out with an oil change. All right, let's take a look underneath. Let's get a first glimpse of what's going on down here. Transmission. Very, very dry. Actually looks really good. Everything under here actually looks really nice. Looks like we're seeping maybe a little bit from a valve cover gasket. On this side, you can see a little bit of wet oil up there. Not much. Everything looks pretty good on this side. Rack and pinion looks relatively good. There's a little bit of oil that been dripping over here. Everything up here looks pretty good. It's definitely leaking oil on the driver's side, and that's going to be the valve cover gasket. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. There's your drain, and there is the oil filter. And underneath the car, I'm going to look at the suspension real quick, just try to see if I can see anything wrong under here. Some spider webs from sitting. The bushings on the control arm down here actually look to be in great shape. I don't know, man. It's definitely got a clunking noise. I couldn't really tell which side it was coming from. It could be a strut. It could be a ball joint. That's a tough one. That's one we're probably gonna have to actually get it up in the air and get the wheels off the ground and try to figure out what's going on. Let's take another look though down here through the rest of the car. And aside from being wet, this is all condensation moisture for being parked in tall grass and being very wet and humid outside. Back here, everything looks good. Don't see any leaks. CV boots are not ripped. They're in good shape as well. No rust to speak of. I mean, tiny bit of surface rust. Not bad. Nick, this thing actually looks pretty good. Here's the flex coupler for the drive shaft on the rear. Looks fine. A few stress fractures or cracks, but I mean, nothing serious. That one up there is a little harder to see because this is in the way, but if we get up here and look at it, this one actually looks really nice. This is good, Nick. This is actually in decent shape.
For 20 years old, yeah.
Yeah. What's the miles on this? Like 150?
164.
160? 164? It's not bad, man. This is honestly not bad. A couple small things need to be addressed, and I'd be willing to bet the suspension is probably not a big deal. It's probably going to be something like a strut mount or a ball joint or something. I don't think it's going to be anything major. All right. The question is, though, with this, it's got the wrong weight of oil in it. Mm-hmm. We need to change it, but before we change it, we need to put in some motor flush. We're going to give it a good flush, and since it is leaking just a tad bit of oil, it's not going to hurt at all to put some oil stop leak in.
Yeah.
So let's lower the car down and let's get that done before we change the oil.
Okay.
Now, Nick, you've been watching me work on cars for years.
Yeah.
What one product stands out to you that I've been using?
Probably BlueDevil, I'd say.
I have used their products for years and years. When I tell you I've been using them since 1996, I'm not joking. It's either 96 or 98 I've been using BlueDevil products. And for years I've been hoping at one point somebody would reach out to me and we'd finally get to work together. I've showcased their products in my videos over and over again with a very good success rate. And while this is a sponsored video, sponsored by BlueDevil, you guys know me, and you have seen me use their products year after year after year. And they got a hold of me and they said, you know what, we've seen some videos of you using our products. Would you be interested in working with us? Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, of course I'd be interested. There's nothing better than being able to work with a company that makes good products that you already believe in. And I've used their stuff over and over again with a great success rate. So I told them about this car and its tapping noise. And they said, here's what we should do. Do a motor flush on it. Let's clean all that crud and crap that's in it after 160,000 miles. And by the way, they got tons more than just this. This, for me, is preventative maintenance. And here's the thing about BlueDevil. I love their products, not because I need them anymore, but because they work.
Yeah.
I use them mostly as preventative maintenance. So for this car, even though we are leaking oil, we just found that out, I was going to put this in it anyway. Because I figure with the 160-some thousand miles on it, this is a good product just to have in the crankcase to help rejuvenate those seals.
Yes.
The motor flush, I knew immediately when this thing was ticking. I was like, nah, and it's got the wrong weight oil in it. We should probably put this stuff in there. And it's real simple, guys. Follow the directions on the back. Add contents of bottle to crankcase. Make sure you do not overfill. Start engine and idle at fast idle for 15 to 1800 RPM for 5 to 10 minutes. Easy enough. Shut the engine off while still hot. Drain the crankcase and replace the oil filter. Replace with current specified motor oil. Is that complicated?
No.
This is simple. Super, super simple. And then we also want to make sure when we go to fill it up, we don't overfill the crankcase, but pour a bottle into leaking components oil sump or crankcase. Treats 4 to 6 quarts of oil. Start engine. Operate for 1 to 2 hours until leak has stopped. For extreme leaks, it could be up to 2 days drive time may be required. Use this product for pinion seals, gear cases, reliable shock absorbers, or sorry, refillable shock absorbers. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Gearboxes, axle seals, gear differentials. This stuff is good. It rejuvenates those seals and helps stop any active leaks. So we got a perfect product here for this car. And if you're interested in getting yourself some Blue Devil products, I want to put a link directly below this video. You can go on Amazon. Everything. They've got so much more than just motor flush and oil stop leak. But that's what we're focusing on for this video. What do you say we pour this stuff in the crankcase, let the engine idle 5 to 10 minutes, and then flush it out, change the oil, clear the codes, take it for a drive, see if the check engine light comes back on.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. All right, step one, let's pour it into the crankcase. It's clear. Somehow I kind of expected it to be blue. All right. We're going to dump her in, man. There it is. And then I'm going to jump in the car. I will do this myself. We'll run it for 5 to 10 minutes. Let this stuff really get through. It's a 32-ounce bottle, premium high-mileage multi-vehicle formula. So, step one. Let's fire it up. Let's let her run for about 10 minutes. I want to make sure we do the best we can with this car.
Yes.
So we'll let her run for about 10 minutes. I mean, this is really something if I'm going to put it in your car, right? I mean, we're not throwing this in some thing that's out, like where I'm actually putting this in my own kid's car. So let's get this thing running. Let's dump this oil and let's see what comes out of it. All right, let's fire it up. And there's that check engine light. All right, 1,500, 1,800-ish RPMs. Let's get her. That's a little too high. Got to find the sweet spot here. There's 15, there's 18, right about there. We're sitting almost at 1,800. There it is. There's 1,800 RPM right there. Nick, you gonna start a timer for us?
Yes, set for 10 minutes.
Yep, what time is it, Nick?
4:17.
4:17. We'll see you guys at 4:27. So my foot has found a nice happy spot, just a hair over 2,000 RPM. Which is fine. The oil temperature is now up to 199 degrees. Coolant temperature is up as well. And the air conditioning is keeping us nice and cool in here. Nick, how much time we got left?
We have 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right, well, I guess in 30 seconds, we'll meet you guys back under the hood. It's a little hard to see, but there is definitely some oil burning on this side and this side. It's going to need valve cover gaskets on both sides, that's for sure. All right, I want to take one more look under here, and you can clearly see it is wet. It is definitely, there's oil even dripping right there. So this will be a big test because this thing is definitely leaking oil from the valve covers. So let's break this loose. Uh-oh, come on. Oh, wow. All right, that was a little tight. Let's see if I can hopefully not get burned. I'm gonna step out of the way because inevitably this always goes way worse than I expect. Let's get you guys some light. And, all right, here we go. Let's see if I can, this always goes wrong for me. Doesn't seem to matter how far I put the pan, it always just, that's hot. That is, shh. Yeah, about as I expected. Boy, that's hot. All right, well, she's flowing. That actually looks pretty dirty, man. That is pretty dirty. You can smell that in it too.
I smell it from here.
Yeah, that cleaner is potent. That is no joke. She's doing it to it though. We're gonna let it finish draining out, and then we will move on to the oil filter. So here's the oil filter, and I hate this. This is like quick lube shop stuff right here. Is this gonna yep, I knew it. It's gonna squirt out everywhere. Okay. Perfect. That is the wrong looking filter for this car. Once that thing is done, we'll pull it out and I'll show you the difference between a factory filter and a quick shop filter. And this is why, in my opinion, at least when it comes to the oil filter, you should always go with something high quality like Wix, or, and that's not sponsored either, or a factory oil filter. All right, so let's take a look at the difference between the old filter and an OEM filter. This is something called an EcoGuard X241. Look at the size difference. Nick, you're not a mechanic, but looking at these two filters, which one do you think probably gives your engine better filtration?
The Mopar for sure.
I mean, the difference between these two is
Astronomical.
yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So this is a Mopar M0-090. That's the filter that this car calls for. Now, before we put this filter on, we're going to lube up the O-ring, and we are going to pre-fill the filter so the engine doesn't run dry as much as possible. Now, there's one more thing before we drop down the car. I want you guys to see what I've done. I got under here with a lot of brake cleaner, and I spent quite a bit of time spraying everything down so that nothing has any oil all over. At least I did the best I could, because the goal is, after utilizing this stop leak, I think we should come back and we should see, after driving it for a little while, if it was able to fix those valve cover gaskets, because those things, those are leaking bad, Nick.
Yeah.
Those are leaking really bad. So it'll be interesting. I was putting it in there as preventative maintenance, and here's my reason for it. A lot of people don't believe in stuff like this, but I've been using it for years, and it's always worked great for me. So here's my philosophy. Why wait until you have a problem
If you can prevent it in the first place.
Exactly. Preventative maintenance. Instead of waiting for there to be a problem, let's just, get to it before the problem starts. And even though today I can change valve cover gaskets, it's not a big deal. But if you could stop the leak and fix it for a bottle of BlueDevil, why not do that instead of spending the money on the gasket and the time that it takes to do it?
Yeah, and you help your engine more with it too. Flushing it out, doing all this, like the two level thing helps a lot more.
Plus, there could be other oil leaks that pop up in the future. It could be something else other than a valve cover gasket leaking, and this stuff will be in the system, ready to swell those seals up and help make sure you don't end up with an oil leak in the future. Let's get this car down. Let's put some fresh oil in it. Okay, so there's a vibration and a clunking. Oh, I kind of expected there to be some play there. Nothing. Let's go to the other side. Well, this is great news. I thought maybe we had a worn out. I mean, it's turning the whole front end. There is no play at all in this front end, which means you don't have a worn out suspension. This is good news.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's no play up and down. In fact, why don't we do this, Nick? Just to satisfy my curiosity, why don't we bring it down a little bit? Let's bring it down a little more, just so I have good access to everything. But I'm not feeling any play in the suspension at all. So what we're hearing is probably going to be something a lot simpler. Like, it could just be a strut mount, or it could be a sway bar bushing, or sway bar end link. No, man, there's no play in this at all. None. No. Do the other side once more just to verify. No. Nothing. This front end is solid, which tells me if these are the original struts, and it looks like they are, Probably, my guess is most likely a strut mount, which if you buy a set of struts from like AutoZone or Detroit Axle or something, you throw a set of struts in here for like 200 bucks, front end stops clunking. Your suspension is in great shape.
It's a good deal.
So Nick was also complaining of, was it a vibration, Nick?
Yes.
At what speeds about?
So it was highway speeds I noticed.
Highway speeds?
But after that it was around 40. It would start doing it, and it would just get worse with speed.
That sounds to me like a wheel balance issue. Here's what I find interesting. There are 4 ounces of weights on the front of this rim. Right here on the lip, there should be a set of weights on the backside for a proper balance, and there isn't. There's just one set of weights, and I checked all the other tires and wheels. They're exactly the same. So I'm thinking maybe they did what's called like a static balance, which is fine. It normally gets a job done, but why not just do it right? Why not just, I don't know. It could very well be nothing more than a wheel weight issue, a tire balance. It may be that simple. I don't think I'm gonna have time today in this video to pull off the wheels and try to balance them, but I think what we should do is maybe come back. Maybe we'll address that. And I'm definitely curious to see if the leaks subside after using this stop leak additive. Why don't we grab a funnel? Let's grab the stop leak. We'll pour it in first. Let's grab the oil. We'll pour that in. Fire it up. See how she sounds. All right, I like to shake them up. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I just like to shake things up. Not the oil, just stuff like this. Just in case there's anything that may have separated over time, you can get that stuff nice and mixed up. Let's dump this in. It's also clear. Very cool. I want every drop. There we go. And for the oil, we are using a 5W20. That is what this engine calls for. It even shows you right here on the oil cap, 5W20. So I think what somebody was trying to do is they probably heard the same ticking that I heard. They tried to mask it, probably to get rid of it, sell it at auction. And it's a common kind of an old-timer's trick. If you have an engine that's starting to knock or lifter starting to tap, you just keep thickening up the oil. It's starting to smoke, you throw in like some of that oil thickener stuff into it to help it stop smoking. And all of that is fine. You can absolutely do all that stuff. But I think your first step before trying to mask the problem is flush the engine properly. Flush it. Put a good filter on it and put the proper oil back in it. So we're gonna dump this in here. Let's see if I can do it without making a mess. Look at that. Awesome. I'm gonna fill it up with this fresh oil. I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna take her for a ride. All right, we are full of fresh motor oil. We flushed the engine. Hopefully it's happy now. And I noticed something as I was looking at these bottles. I noticed a guarantee, permanent repair guarantee. Now I've seen that before on some of their other products. And I think this is probably what separates this company from a lot of the other ones. What company guarantees that their product will do the job that it says it'll do? It even says permanent repair guarantee.
Not many.
I don't know of any that can give you that kind of a guarantee. So I don't see how you can go wrong. Worst case scenario, something doesn't work and you just get your money back.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go that route before I would go and start tearing things down. And with a car this old, with this many miles, one thing is going to leak after another. It's inevitable. It's a matter of time. So preventative maintenance is key on these things, and not trying to cover up something that's wrong with the car.
Yeah.
Try to fix it the right way, and if it still has a problem, disclose it.
True.
Don't hide it from people. Let's close this hood. There's one more thing we have left to do. Do you know what that is, Nick?
Drive it.
Nope.
Start it up.
Nope. Check engine light.
Check engine light. You got to clear the code.
Probably got to clear that code, and we'll also scan it to see if there's any new codes. All right, we ready to read these codes?
I think so, yeah.
I think so too. Let's grab the good old Altel here. We'll set it up on the hood, and let's see what codes pop up on this old car. All right, so here's the codes. We got a few of them, man. Engine oil pressure sensor circuit low is a stored code, so it's historical, P0522. Incorrect engine oil type is pending, P1521. Then we have some HVAC control issues. Recirculation door travel range is too large. Left blend door 1 control circuit performance. And TPMS pressure sensor 2 internal. So we're just going to do a quick erase on all of these. And yes, the CEL light is on the dash. So I have no doubt the codes for the HVAC will come back. I have no doubt that the tire pressure codes will also come back. But I'm hopeful that this whole oil pressure low thing, that's a little concerning. And incorrect oil type. I'm hopeful that we take this thing out on a drive and those codes do not return. You ready to go for a ride, Nick?
I think so, yes.
All right, let's do it. First start, here we go. Fresh oil. Oh, it sounds good. The check engine light is already back on. Uh-oh. That came on immediately. Take it on the 10-mile run. I'll get it up to speed because I've never got to get a feel for this myself and see what you were talking about. There is that clunking noise, and I am determined that is something relatively simple. And your brakes are kind of sticking. I guess it's from being parked for so long. The brake, there we go, they seem better now. The brakes did not seem very happy. I'm telling you. All right, here we go. So far, so good. I hate that clunk. We're going 45, and I've got no shaking. Was it in the steering wheel?
It was in like the actual car itself too.
But did you feel it in the steering wheel?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. Well, there is absolutely no shaking coming from the steering wheel at all. It is smooth as silk. The car has no vibrations as of now. We're going to get her up to speed right here. And I brought the code reader with us just in case. Speed limit's going to go up to 65, so why don't we jam her up? There we go. Oh, I love that Hemi.
Me too.
Oh man. There's 75. Let's set the cruise control. I don't even know if it's on. There we go. How do you set the cruise? Oh, you pull back?
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, here is 70. Cruise control is set. And just so everybody can see, there's no shaking in the steering wheel at all. No shaking in the car at all.
It's weird.
Nothing. Ooh, raccoon. Very dead. Yeah, Nick, this thing drives great. What are you talking about, man? Ain't nothing wrong with this car.
You saw it on the FaceTime. You know it was shaking.
I don't know, Nick. So is it possible that road on the highway they were doing construction on, is it possible it's just a bad road?
No, because on the back roads, it would do it too. It wasn't just the highway.
So it was doing it all the time, like it constantly at those speeds?
It would stop eventually, but it's kind of like on and off.
Interesting. That's bizarre. There's no vibrations in this thing at all, and we're cooking, man. Like, we are cruising at a good speed. You know, I feel some vibration right here. You can see it. There it is. There it is. Oh, wow. That's no joke. Whoa.
Yeah, this is what I was feeling on the highway.
Are you serious?
It got even worse than this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you saw it on the FaceTime. The drinks were literally like, it was bad.
You know what? Does it go away when you hit the gas? No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It can get way worse. it can get way worse.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. I have no idea what this could be. I I checked the suspension. It is tight, man. I mean, your front end is really good on this. This would not be caused by a strut mount. This being in the steering wheel tells me that this is directly related to something in the front end of the car. This is bad, and you're telling me it was worse than this. This makes me nervous as hell just driving it down the road.
It was so loud, like it was like drowning out, like we had to speak up whenever it was on FaceTime. It was. Now I pulled up to the side of the road, like on the off ramp and all that, and I saw nothing.
Is it brake related? It doesn't change. It doesn't matter. Oh, goodness. Yeah, Nick, you can't. I mean, you cannot even talk without like, you know?
It's bad.
Great. Well, let's get out. We'll just do a quick walk around. I don't think this is anything you're going to be able to see. Yeah, I'm at a freaking loss, man. Even at low speed, it stops around 25 or 30. Wow. That is absolutely terrifying. I've been working on cars my whole life, and I cannot, just off the top of my head, come up with a reason for why the suspension is tight, up and down, and side to side, all of it. It's in great shape. I don't see any sign of anything worn out. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it was driving perfectly.
Yeah, and then get on the highway and...
I mean, Nick, we were doing 75 and it wasn't shaking.
No.
And then just out of the blue, as I'm telling you, I think you're cuckoo. It's like, let's just get out and just take a quick peek.
I thought that the tire was messed up, but it was like you had a flat. That's what it felt like.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say you ran over a dead deer?
Yeah, it wasn't like big though. Like it was like a mushy pretty much at that point.
Okay, but this happened immediately after you ran over that deer?
Like a minute after. Like it took some time before.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
It heard like a thump, but it wasn't like loud thump. You know, like obviously you hit it, you couldn't do it because you're going on the on-ramp and you have to merge over. There's no way you could avoid it because of...
Well, I'm not blaming you for it. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm trying to figure out how running over a deceased deer could suddenly...
It was a few minutes after, so it wasn't like directly right after. And like even my friends hit it. Like I
am so confused right now. I mean, your rotors are nice and clean now because we've gotten onto the brakes a few times. The car's running perfectly, no misfires, no warning lights on the dash. It's coming from the front end. That much is for certain. I'm going to have to ask you guys out there, what could possibly cause the front end to randomly start shaking so violently and then not, and then start shaking again?
It's weird because it's on and off.
I might have to ask Claude or ChatGPT and see what it thinks. This is a new one for me, Nick. Great. Well, we got 5 miles to drive this thing back home. Guess what you're not taking home today?
Charger.
I was kind of hoping that this was going to be resolved. You know, check engine lights out, engine's not tapping. I mean, I punched the gas when I got in. My bad. I've got my scan tool thing down there. So, and the check engine light's back on. Okay. I'm starting to think we may need to do another. Can we do a redo? Can we just let Nick pick another? I am not going to dump a bunch of time and money into this car. I'm not going to do it. Now the suspension's shaking. Check engine light's back on, so we'll scan that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start driving back to the house very cautiously because this is not good. When I let off the brake, your car doesn't move. You see that? You have to really get into it.
It's weird.
So here's a couple things. Number one, I'm sitting here with my foot off of the brake and the car doesn't move. I have to physically give it real throttle, like I'm actually pushing throttle, it's not moving. And it comes to a stop again. Okay, you know what? I wish I had my infrared thermometer. I'd love to check the temperature of your front brakes. Look, here we are going downhill. Let's see if it stops on its own. No. Now it's moving on its own. Okay. So I've got two theories. One makes more sense than the other. The first theory is, damn, this thing. There it goes again. Could it be brakes? What if this is, oh wow. What if the rotors are getting hot because they're sticking in the front? Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Oh wow. What if the rotors, the calipers, I mean, are oh my. Are you kidding me? I've only got two theories right now. And one is the calipers are sticking, the rotors are getting really hot, and they're starting to warp as you're driving. Good Lord, Nick, this is... The other one, and this one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, the other one is you've got something major wrong with a tire, and it's like when it's cold, it shifts back into shape, but as it heats up driving on the pavement from the friction and the temperature, it becomes warped again and causes this. Now, we can easily figure out if it's a tire issue because we can move the tires from the front of the car to the back. Do the test again. If the steering wheel doesn't shake, but the car still shakes, then we know it's coming from the back of the car. And we know that it's related to the tires, or rim, possibly. If it's still in the front, it's definitely not the tires. We got to dig into something else. The question is this something I really want to dig into? I don't know. This is a weird one, guys. This one, and that seems like it's kind of going away. Sort of. It's not as bad as it was. It's like it comes and goes. I mean, it's still shaking, but it's not as bad as it was just a few minutes ago. It was blah, 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 blah. Now it's not doing that.
Yeah, I was telling you that it comes and goes. It's weird.
I don't like... There it goes. It's back. I don't like this at all. No sooner than he turned off the camera, it's back to going crazy. It feels like a wheel is about
to come off.
Oh my goodness.
Did it die on you?
No. Did we check the lug torque?
No.
Oh geez. Let me pull off and see if I can let this guy go around.
Right there.
Okay. We're going to turn on the hazards. We're going to drive very slowly. What if the lug nuts have come loose on the front end? And we have a wheel literally about to fall off. All right, so Nick says he smells something coming from over here. We're gonna, oh yeah, it's these brakes. 400 and 500 degrees, 560. We've got brakes over here that are almost 600 degrees. Come around to the other side. I guarantee you these are nowhere near 280, 290. So there it is. We figured it out. I called it.
Yeah,
I called it.
They're sticking.
I did. I said we've got a sticking caliper, and look at the coloration of this rotor. We're at 605 degrees. My goodness, those rotors are crazy hot.
Do you want a light to show?
Yeah, let's take a look. I'm curious if it's blued over or anything. No, I mean the rotor still looks decent, but it's cracking. You can hear cracking. I mean, that sucker's boiling. If you sprayed that with something, it would not be good. Okay, that's an easy fix. It's not a major suspension issue. It's nothing you did. This caliper or the hose is sticking, and it's overheating the rotor, and that causes it to vibrate because the rotor starts to warp.
Yeah.
So the hotter it gets, the more it warps. Then the faster you're going, you're just compounding the problem. Before you know it, you got a rotor that's just like doing this.
It's ready. It's just...
Yeah. Should we check and see why that check engine light's on?
I think so, yeah.
Let's do that real quick. Okay, so we have the same code, engine oil pressure sensor circuit low, and that's an active code. That's why the check engine light's on, the P0522. This is definitely not a problem with oil pressure. This is going to be the oil pressure sensor has failed. That's all it is. So again, that's not a big deal. The problem with the car shaking like crazy is not a big deal. So I'm happy. I'm thrilled. And I think what we're going to do now is just let this car set, cool off, and we're going to call it a day. All right, Nick, are you a BlueDevil approved kind of guy?
I say so, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This is good stuff, man. Again, preventative maintenance is what I thought we were doing with this, as it turns out. You actually have some oil leaks. So we're going to give this car time. Obviously, we can't continue driving it.
Yeah.
So we can't continue in this video, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to figure out what it is that's causing those issues with the brakes, and try to get that fixed, then drive this thing for a little bit. We'll get back on the lift, look under it, and we'll see if it's still leaking any oil or if the old BlueDevil did its job. Either way, I think we're done with this video.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Me too, yeah.
If you guys are interested in getting yourself some BlueDevil products, they have tons of stuff on the market. In fact, when they sent me their list, they had things like I didn't even know about. I mean, they've got so many products. I was like, really? I've only known about like 3 or 4 products. They've got a slew of them, and they gave me a direct link for you guys that I'm going to put below this video. So go check out BlueDevil for yourself. I highly recommend this stuff, man. Not many products on the market today give you a guarantee repair, permanent guarantee repair. So go get you some BlueDevil. Thank you to BlueDevil for sponsoring this video. With that, I think we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, hit that thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. We look forward to seeing you all again very soon when you maybe pick another car.
Hopefully, yeah.
Here we go. In the next one.